Good afternoon. Today I wanted to talk about concussions and what they can lead to later on down the road. My main research has shown that concussions can lead to such diseases such as CTE, which is a degenerative disease which slowly eats the brain down. But first off, let's talk about a concussion. What is a concussion? A concussion is any type of symptoms from a very rigorous blow to the head. Many concussions are obviously involved with some type of contact sport. With concussions, there are both short-term and long-term effects. Some of the short-term effects are such things as like headache, nausea, sensitivity to light, sensitivity to noise, dizziness, and a lot of other semi-serious symptoms. Another thing to worry about is the long-term effects, such as problems concentrating, memory loss, irritability, changes in your emotional state, and many other things in that nature. I actually received the information about short-term and long-term symptoms from the article Concussions, How Can They Affect You Now and Later? Now, when you think of CTE, as I said before, it's a degenerative disease that eats down the brain. The way CTE works is that there's a protein in the brain called tau protein. There's generally not supposed to be a lot of tau proteins in your brain, but with the contact and the brute force from the concussions, the proteins can build up, and as soon as there's too much, start to eat away at the brain. Obviously not good for you if your brain's going away. But there had recently been research trying to say that CTE and concussions have no correlation with each other. Their main point in that argument is that concussions do not cause CTE, but it is the traumatic brain injuries, aka TBIs. They explained that their results showed that 20% of athletes with CTE never were reported with any type of concussion or anything. It was just the constant blows to the head. The only problem was they were never reported with any such injuries such as concussions. My rebuttal to their statement is that many athletes, whether in high school, college, or even professional statures, once they receive such injuries as a concussion, they feel liable not to tell anyone about it, not to inform anyone about a concussion. I know from firsthand experience through my high school career playing football, whenever I received a concussion, I was very scared to tell anyone, quite frankly, because I was worried they were going to take me off. And with my high school season, I felt that I needed to play so I could further my football career. And if I wasn't able to play, then I wouldn't have been able to have any recruits or anyone looking at me for the College Football Association. With their point saying that 20% of athletes never have concussions, I feel as if that point is invalid. As I said before, if concussions are never reported, they can never be treated or taken to the proper levels with their medical history. And with them not being able to show any proper medical information on that point, I feel as if that point is invalid, to where you can't just say that the TBIs are the main factor of CTEs, because concussions can very well be related to CTE. It's just that many athletes don't report such concussions. As I said before, for me, concussions were a very big deal in my football career. I've had to deal with many of them, had to deal with many side effects and many symptoms, but I'm also starting to realize the danger that I can put on my own life. So instead of me staying in the shadows about my concussions and about my symptoms, I instead want to explain what has happened, what can happen, and maybe try to better the people around me. Thank you. Do y'all have any questions?
Sir, what is your name?
My name is Charles Sawyer. Any other questions?
Question. So what made you continue to play football?
The reason why I continued to play football was because of my love of the sport. I loved football ever since second grade, actually. Me and my dad had a very fond connection between football, and I figured my dad's connection with me could probably grow stronger if I started to play. Started to play football, realized how much I enjoyed it, and eventually it just became a big part of my life to where it didn't necessarily feel like anything else could fill that void. So even after all the injuries and concussions, I still stuck with it because I felt like it was such a big part of my life. Yes.
Why do you feel as if many players don't report their concussions and etc.?
I feel as if a lot of players don't report concussions because they're worried about getting taken off the field. I know specifically, or especially in high school, like with senior players, they obviously all want to go to the next level. They want to play college football. They want to have their opportunity to get a higher education, but a lot of people feel as if they can't go to school unless football can help pay their way. And with so much weight on their shoulders, they feel as if no matter the injury, they still have to try and be out there on the field, be out there supporting and being a part of the team, so that like scouts and recruits still have the opportunity to see them and see their progress and see how they play to help them onto the next level. Any other questions?
How do you identify the sign of a concussion?
Do you mean like how you see when a concussion happens, or? Okay, I know for me, when I was playing at Franklinton High, whenever I received a concussion, the athletic trainers on the field said that I didn't really seem as myself, said that when I walked away from a play or a big hit, they could just tell in my demeanor that I wasn't really the same. Instead of being like talkative and friendly with the people around me, I'd start to more or less be by myself, be secluded, and obviously, if you get hit in the head hard enough, you're gonna be staggering. You're gonna be trying to walk away from the situation, and once the trainers saw that from me, they went to try and test me for a concussion based off of my balance, my memory, and a couple other tests just to see if I was okay. And then if I failed those tests, after that I would have to go to a medical professional to reevaluate the circumstances and see how bad the head trauma really is, or was. Any other questions? No? Alrighty. I want to thank y'all for your time. Thank you for being here, and hope you have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know.